Welcome, dear friends, to Scriptural Whispers, a place for peace, reflection, and timeless wisdom. Thank you for subscribing and joining our journey. May these whispers guide and inspire you.
Welcome back, friends. Today, we're diving into the beautiful Bible story of Ruth and Naomi from the book of Ruth. A tale of loyalty, faith, and God's provision. Let's get started. Our story begins in Bethlehem during a famine. A man named Elimelech, his wife Naomi, and their 2 sons leave for Moab to find food. But tragedy strikes. Elimelech dies, and Naomi's sons marry Moabite women, Orpah and Ruth. Then both sons pass away, leaving Naomi, Orpah, and Ruth alone. Heartbroken, Naomi decides to return to Bethlehem, where she hears the famine has ended. She urges her daughters-in-law to stay in Moab, find new husbands, and start over. Orpah tearfully agrees and stays, but Ruth refuses to leave Naomi's side. In one of the Bible's most famous moments, Ruth declares, "Where you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God my God." This is loyalty in action. Ruth chooses Naomi and Naomi's God over her own homeland. So, Ruth and Naomi journey back to Bethlehem. They're poor, with no one to provide for them. Ruth, determined to care for Naomi, goes to glean, picking up leftover grain in the fields, a custom for the poor in Israel. Ruth ends up in the fields of Boaz, a kind and wealthy relative of Naomi's late husband. Boaz notices Ruth's hard work and hears of her loyalty to Naomi. He offers her protection, extra grain, and even meals with his workers. Ruth is overwhelmed by his kindness. Naomi sees God's hand at work. Boaz is a kinsman redeemer, someone who could marry Ruth and provide for them both, keeping the family line alive. Naomi advises Ruth to approach Boaz humbly, following Israelite customs. Ruth bravely goes to Boaz at night and asks him to redeem her family. Boaz is honored, but mentions there's another relative with a closer claim. He promises to settle it. The next day, Boaz ensures the other relative steps aside, clearing the way to marry Ruth. Boaz marries Ruth, and they have a son named Obed. Naomi's heart is restored as she cradles her grandson. Obed grows up to become the grandfather of King David, placing Ruth in the lineage of Jesus Christ. God turned their sorrow into joy. Picture this: a young woman, let's call her Ruth, living in 2025. She's got dreams, maybe a career, travel, or her own place. But her mother-in-law, Naomi, is struggling. Maybe Naomi's lost her job or her health's declining. Ruth could walk away, start fresh. Instead, she stays. Loyalty. It's Ruth choosing to stick by Naomi, even when it's tough. In our world, loyalty might look like checking in on a struggling family member, helping with bills, or just being there. It's saying, "I'm with you, no matter what." Like Ruth did. Family isn't just blood, it's the people you choose. Ruth chose Naomi, leaving her old life behind. Today, that could be supporting a friend through a breakup, mentoring a kid in your community, or building a found family when times are hard. Trusting God's provision is the heart of Ruth's story. Back then, Ruth gleaned fields to survive. Now, imagine her taking gig jobs, maybe driving for a rideshare or freelancing, trusting God to provide. She works hard but believes something bigger is at play. Enter someone like Boaz, maybe a boss or a mentor, who sees Ruth's dedication. They offer her a better job or extra support, like Boaz gave Ruth grain. It's a reminder. When we're faithful, God often works through others to lift us up. In tough times, think economic stress, layoffs, or personal loss, Ruth's story shows us God's provision isn't always instant. It's steady, through community, hard work, and unexpected kindness. Ruth and Naomi rebuild, maybe starting a small business together. Ruth's loyalty led to a new family and a legacy. Her descendant was King David, and later, Jesus. Today, your small acts of loyalty and trust could ripple forward, impacting lives you can't even imagine. Maybe it's helping a neighbor or mentoring someone, So in 2025, let's live like Ruth, loyal to those we love, building family wherever we are, and trusting God's got us, even in tough times. What's one way you can show loyalty today? Drop it in the comments.
We hope today's story offered you a moment of reflection and hope. The wisdom found in these revered texts continues to inspire us. If this message resonated with you, hit like to share the light, send it to someone who needs hope, and subscribe for future Bible tales and insights. Join us in exploring the good book.